network. The winner of the 2013 Trust Women Hero Award is Dr. Alaء Morabit, founder and president of the Voice of Libyan Women.
My name is Alaء Morabit. I'm a Libyan Canadian. I am the founder and chairwoman of the Voice of Libyan Women.
To Gaddafi, she was one of Libya's most wanted, after she made a YouTube video declaring women's support for the revolution.
I think any activist can tell you that there are a lot of bad days.
To many in the new Libya, she's a visionary and a pioneer. Alaء Morabit founded the Voice of Libyan Women to help put women's rights at the heart of the post-Gaddafi order. She assembled a women's charter that's been incorporated into the new constitution. She trained 7 of the 33 women elected last year to the General National Congress, and she's broken taboos over sexual and domestic violence.
It's nice to finally be part of the international community and say, listen, we've tried this and it worked. This is a legitimate point of view.
Many will know her for International Purple Hijab Day, devoted to raising awareness of gender-based violence. This summer she launched her groundbreaking Noor campaign, using the Quran as a lens to combat domestic violence. For this and much more, Alaء Morabit is recipient of the Trust Women Hero Award 2013.
I've been involved with Trust Women now for 2 years, both as a speaker and in my capacity as advisory board member. It's given me the privilege of making new friends and colleagues from among the extraordinary participating activists and experts. Alaء is one I admire immensely. A natural leader, her project, The Voice of Libyan Women, has achieved in a very short time tremendous, tangible impact for women in politics and society during a period of critical and chaotic national and regional upheaval. Her latest pioneering campaign, which was just mentioned, is unique in our region for highlighting women's security concerns and rights through examination of the cultural misunderstandings and misinterpretation of Islam in Libyan society, but that's also applicable in so many other countries, sadly. Especially significant and unprecedented is the support of Libya's religious authority, Dar al-Iftah, for the Noor campaign, giving it legitimacy in the eyes of the Libyan public and broader reach and respect. Her bold thinking, fearless attitude, and astute diplomacy are an inspiration and example for all women, particularly those in our region who aspire to be the architects of their own future. Please join me in welcoming Alaء on stage to receive the award and to share more of her extraordinary story with you.
I always have to lower the mic. First, I would like to say thank you so much for such an honor and a privilege. It is truly humbling to be recognized. We don't expect it, but it's always nice when it happens. And especially to receive the award from Queen Noor. I mean, I was here only a year ago listening to her speak about the amazing role models we have in Islam, the amazing Muslim women who we should learn from and who we should aspire to remodel our own societies after. So to receive this award from her is quite wonderful. I have to emphasize that I am here on behalf of the amazing men and women in Libya, and I must emphasize men because we never give them enough credit for being there every step of the way. But the amazing men and women who have been working so hard for the past 2 years nearly to ensure that women's rights are recognized in a state where we currently don't necessarily have the best security situation. And as most of us know, when security goes out the window, women's rights is usually thrown out with it, like the baby and the basket. And particularly the men and women who work with me in the Voice of Libyan Women, who have for the past 2 years handled my yelling at them and my constant demands for perfection, and have had their time taken and their lives risked, and have been nothing short of amazing and fantastic. And I wish they were all here to receive that ovation from you. I have to say, when we sit here and we talk, for example, about human trafficking, when we talk about journalists in the field covering women's issues, when we talk about women's economic empowerment or political empowerment or social change, we always tend to overlook the importance of the cultural framework which has enabled that to go on. There are reasons that these cycles continue. There are reasons that domestic violence is a taboo, gender-based violence we don't talk about. And those reasons are not because policies don't exist. In Libya, policies exist. They're just not implemented because alternative security and alternative legal apparatuses are created by the public, which make more cultural and social sense to them. So until we start identifying the cultural and the social reasons for the current situation in countries around the world, not only Arab countries, but for example, India, Bangladesh, countries which have a different cultural background than our own, we can't simply copy-paste ideas. And once we can start identifying the culture, once we can start speaking to people in a language they understand, because when we go into rooms and start talking about CEDAW, they tell us, well, those are not Muslim laws. We didn't write those. Those have nothing to do with us. But when you point out that the very beliefs and the foundation and the respect for human dignity and the respect for women and the respect for orphans and for slaves, the respect for people's lives in general exists in the Quran and exists in hadiths, exists in verses of our own religion, and you can link that to international law. You can say these have the same core beliefs. You just change the way you discuss things, because the message sometimes is more important than anything else, or pardon me, the messenger sometimes is more important than anything else, including the message. So if we can start speaking to people in a language they understand, and we can start identifying the social and cultural reasons that we have these situations propagating, then we can start genuinely changing things on the ground. Because conferences like this are amazing in the sense that I can sit here and say, so in India they have a lot of the same problems we do. But the cultural reasons are different. And once we all can start identifying the cultural reasons for our own problems, which I'm sure even in England there are some, then we can start sustainably changing them. Not having these quick solutions which disappear just as quickly as they came, but changing the very thought of generation after generation after generation, and having women in 30 years, maybe it won't be 5, but in 30 years, who can go out and who can demand their rights, because that's what we're missing right now. Again, thank you so much for this award. It is honestly such an honor, and I'm sure, like I have Queen Noor and Minister Emma Bonino and Monique as role models of my own, I am sure that for every woman and man in here, we can all think of a woman, be it a sister or maybe our mother or a colleague or somebody we have never met, who has uplifted us and inspired us, and who has left the door open to a room that we were not able to have access in. So I hope that we can all do the same for our coming generation and keep the lights on for the next group. Thank you.